Hello folks, and welcome back to SnowRunner, my own self-imposed hardcore mode. And when hang on a second, I'm looking over here at my Twitch and nothing seems to be happening. So let's go back into it. There we go. Now we're up and running. So when last we left, I was taking the twin steer and I got one of the oversized containers. I came over here and I flipped it over here. So what I decided to do was I got the P12. I brought the P12 up here and flipped the P12 trying to get it around this corner. Had to flip it back up. I came over here, got up in here, and I went ahead and decided what I would do is I would take the the twin steer back here, get another one, and go ahead and make that delivery, and then start the video with, bring it back over here, and then start the video, and pick up the container and put it on there and just make the second delivery. So I went over here, got it. I came over here and the twin steer flipped over again in the exact same spot. So I used the P12 to flip it back over, put the container back on it, and drove this far and it flipped over again. So that was the second time it's flipped over. So flipped it back, put the container back on it, got down here and it flipped over again. That was the third time. Got it flipped back over, put the container back on, came over here and it flipped over here. I had to flip it back, put the container on it, got over here and it flipped over here. By then I was getting real aggravated. So I managed to get it and get it headed back, and I got about halfway down the mountain to where the big rocks are on the right as you're going down the mountain. And you got the road is really washed out. And it flipped over there. So I had to get another vehicle up there, put everything back on, and got it down. I was like, hell with that. That was 6 times it flipped over. The truck can do it, but you're going to have to keep flipping it over. So I decided I bought a trailer. And the second container that was laying on the ground, I just hooked it up with the winch on the back of the P12, or not the winch, but the crane, lifted it up a little bit and took off with it. Let it bang on the trees and all kinds of stuff, got it over to here. And I got the Ford cab over. I bought a trailer, which, against my hardcore rules, but I was not about to try to get the twin steer down that mountain again and have it flip over again. So the twin steer can do it. The twin steer shouldn't do it. With a big container, oversized container like this, the twin steer is way too top heavy. And like I said, flipped over 6 times trying to get it down there, and that's not including the times that it almost flipped and I was able to save it. So, not fooling around anymore. I got this truck. I haven't driven this truck for a while. So, we're just going to deliver this second one with a trailer. Yeah, at one point I was almost in thinking about throwing the controller mode because the thing kept flipping over. So the twin steer is not good for those oversized containers unless you're on a nice level hard road, because even some of the ditches going down, I almost flipped it and was able to save it. Some of the ruts in the road. So yeah, not a very good vehicle to haul those big containers, way too top heavy. Now, I had no problem coming up here with loaded with the concrete slabs and the metal beams because they have a much lower center of gravity. So let's just use the Ford cab over here and just get this delivery done. So I did take a little bit of damage coming up. I have enough fuel, but why not? Might as well refuel while I'm at it. And then since I'm here, let's go ahead and repair the 26 damage points. And we're going to rock and roll with this truck. I like this truck. I would love to see this truck with an all-wheel drive unit. That would make me happy. It has plenty of power. It just needs those front wheels turning. In fact, let's do a little bit of this view. Don't have a bobblehead for it yet. I'm waiting to get the Joker. And I was thinking, you know, I might as well get the Joker for all the vehicles that I really like. And then for the ones that are, yeah, just so-so, then I will get either the hula girl or a dog. Actually, the hula girl or the other one. And then the trucks that I really don't like, I'll put the bobbing dog in it. And we're going to come outside of our first person view and use third person to make sure I get across this without losing this container. I can do it in first person. And I don't want to flip the truck over. I don't want to lose the load. I don't want the trailer to fall off. At this point, I just want to get this delivery and this contract completed. And then we'll move on to our last one, which our last one involves going back to Black River, where this whole thing began. And I thought that was a fitting ending point. See, I almost flipped the twin steer here. I almost drove off the road trying to save it. Don't get me wrong, I still like the twin steer. And I am not going to put the oversized containers on it anymore. Because it just makes it way too unstable. And like I said, I haven't driven this truck in a long time. I don't think I've driven it since Alaska. So it needs to get out and get some miles on it. We're up here in the high gear, so it quits trying to shift. And go back to automatic. And right here is where I flipped twin steer the 6th time, trying to go around this. Luckily the container got caught on the rock and that tree and didn't go all the way down that hill. So the Fleet Star, I brought it up, it has a big crane on it, and it was able to lift the container up and bring it over to here. And then I reloaded the twin steer right here where I had some extra room. Cut that a little tight. Back of my hand was itching. And as you can see, I've loaded up the concrete. Put 2 on the Tega, and I put 1 on the 750. And now I have the hiccups. So get over here, make this delivery, and we should get paid for this. This is the last one. Alright, 14,000. I will accept that. I need the money, I need to buy trucks. Excuse me there. And I think, depending upon the next set of maps, I may change the rules a bit about the trailers. Maybe put in I can't sell trailers. That I put in that I can buy trailers, but I can't sell them until I clear the map for the region. Let's get you home, and then we'll go get our other 2 trucks. This truck is pretty fast when you put the, what is it, the highway gears on it. I don't really need the SnowRunner gears on it, but I find it goes a little too fast sometimes, so that's why I leave the SnowRunner on it. Especially when you're running bobtail. And if you don't know what bobtail means, this is bobtail. It means you don't have a trailer on the back. You have lost your tail. Which makes the back end really light. That's why truckers don't like running like this. They'd rather pull an empty trailer than, most of the time, pull an empty trailer rather than go bobtail. Alright, so let's go get Tega. And we're going to hook the 750 up to it. So as I suspected, the Tega had absolutely no issues whatsoever coming up out of the quarry there. And it surprised me. But the F750 back here, it actually came out of the quarry easier than the Tega did. So pleasantly surprised. The engine upgrade from the 750 that we got in Mondra really makes a difference. It doesn't give it much more speed, but it does give it a lot more power than it had. So we are left now with the super order going to the old house and these 3 cements that are going to the town warehouse. And these missions will be completed. If I ever get there at, what is it? 17 miles an hour. Still don't get that. Why, when you hook 2 fairly fast trucks up together, they go at less than half speed. Don't know. Might be one of those mysteries in life. I may never know. Actually, I think they moved faster if the 750 was in front. Then again, when I brought them over to the quarry, they were both empty. And I realized I think this is the first time I've run the 750 in this hardcore mode with the flatbed on it. And as I said, it did really well. Or is doing very well. Plenty of power. Made it out of the quarry with no issues. Slowly climbing the hill. Plenty of gas in this one. Get over there and back. And the 750 still has the cans on the top and in the center. Should have no issue there. And we'll go over here and meet up with the A and K. And finish out these missions. Slow it down a bit. And I'll go ahead and cross over with these two since they're hooked up. Oop. Found a bug, report it here. Do 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 do. Come on. And let's get these out of the way. No trailer to attach. Where's my dot? There it is. And I'll go ahead and take these to the warehouse and then we'll come back and get the A and K. Been a while since we've been over here. Well, in this playthrough. I'm still working this area in my speed run. Which I am on day 4. And I'm actually going to have to figure out where I was. It's been a while since I've done it. But I made some notes so I can remember what missions I was going to do next. Should make it a little bit easier. Oh, I remember what I was getting ready to do. I was getting ready to head to Drummond Island and get the P12 or the P16 so that I could come over and get the Western Star. And I also need to get the upgrades. No, almost made it. Oh, the high gear. Okay. So let's get this mission up. Husky forwarding, cement for the region. Start tracking it. And that is my delivery point. And I've got one more to go. I had to do that. Had to see what would happen. Too far away, yep. Nope. 750. Oh, this is a 2-wheel drive. I forgot to put 4-wheel drive on. Okay, $22,350. And did it say 2,000 XP? Should have looked at that a little closer. Move you over here out of the way. And we'll go to our global map. And our ANK. And this should be our last delivery. So it goes up to the old house. Come on. Plenty of gas. Yep, one part, one vehicle spare part, and one fuel. So, except for the containers, I've actually enjoyed these big missions. I wish they were all big missions like this. What happened? Alright, so let's get you delivered. What is the best route up there? Oh, straight through town. No question. Whoa, why'd it go over there? That's where we went. Now, providing I don't go crazy here and go too fast and flip this over, we should be okay. Which is one of the reasons why I like the 4 tires for each axle in the back. Gives it a little more stability. If you go with the 2 tires per axle, you lose a little bit of stability in it, and it's also why I don't have it jacked up. It really does not need the suspension lift. Nighttime is approaching. Don't get stupid. And we're here. Yeah, that is a lot of XP. So 2,740 XP, $32,650 added to my bank account. And we have completed all of the missions again. So what I'm going to do is get all of my vehicles back. Remember to make my turn, because I keep forgetting to make that turn every time I come back through here. Get all my vehicles back and wait on the next new update. And see what it brings. See if it brings any more missions. See what the new maps are like. Which, from my understanding, the 8.0 update is just bug fixes. So, update 9.0 should have new maps, new vehicles, and we will give them a shot. And as I said before, my other playthrough, the one where pretty much anything goes, you know, just a normal playthrough, except for cheating. You know, I do not want to do that money glitch cheat. I don't need to cheat in this game. Except for that, basically anything goes in that playthrough. And if I can do this in my hardcore mode and complete all the missions, don't really think there's a lot of sense in trying the to continue that video series, because it would just be easier. So I believe I'm going to end the video here, get all these vehicles back, and in the next video we will try the 2 trials and see what they are all about. So if you liked the video, leave a like, but I'd rather have some comments. Let me know how I'm doing, what I can do to improve. Feedback is always welcome, and I will see you in the next episode. So until then, have a good one.